Hey guys, I wanted to show you a new map I downloaded. First time I'm actually in it and taking a look at it. It's available on the Steam Workshop. It is called the Hindu Kush, which is, if I remember right, somewhere in like between Afghanistan and the Himalayas. So mountainous terrain. But it's a pretty big map. I'm going to show you the map key right here. This is pretty ginormous. You can go down and see the individual areas. I'm not sure what the scale of these small hexes are. I'm guessing the big one is 1 kilometer. So I think I saw in the description this was 20 by 20 kilometers, which I'm definitely going to check that out. That's going to be pretty huge. That's I want to say Stratus is a little smaller than that. This is maybe the size of Stratus, a little bit bigger, but we'll see. Right now I'm in Fob, Arizona, and I'm just gonna fly around. Guess I'll go to the middle of that cave and then maybe fly around up here to the destroyed army radio station. So it's the first time I'm going to be seeing this map, and I'm guessing you guys as well. Okay, if you're familiar with Tau map, that is immense. It's a good thing. Alright, so without further ado, here I am, taking off. Little mirror there lets me see. I definitely think this could be fun. Takistan has its own its own vibe. This is, I think, going to be somewhat similar to it. It's, from what I could see in the 3D editor, it was very mountainous, which you would expect, but maybe not as severe or sharp. It's definitely big. This is a huge map, which means there's a lot you can do with it. Maybe I'll go take a look at a town or something to just see what's in it. To me, that's kind of been one of the things lacking, which is kind of different coming from Arma 2, where Takistan was the thing. They had a lot of the maps made for it, like that were based on the modern day fights over in Iraq and Afghanistan, which were bigger than Takistan, or bigger than Zargabad, which I was flying in the other day. But I definitely think it needs a big map that's mountainous, desert. Just like I know the expansion's going to have something tropical, which is one of the reasons I like that NAM map, the NAM, because it's just a giant tropical map. Alright, so to the center there is 6.7 kilometers. And of course it's way at the top. 6.7 kilometers. Yeah, that means probably diagonally you're looking around. We didn't start right at the edges, so I'd say, yeah, it's probably 20 by 20. Sort of having Far Cry 4 flashbacks on some of this. I mean, just look at that. That could be a lot of fun. Yeah. Only downside I see right now is it's really easy to... Infantry, if they're out in the open, if they're in that brown, it may be easy to spot them. It's actually pretty hard to spot any infantry, though. And that's just a murder zone for helicopters. Even planes flying over. A Stinger or an AA missile is going to take any plane out pretty easily. So I don't know, maybe this is a pretty good map. Of course, I'm up in the mountains, like I said. Maybe there's something a little more involved going down in between towns, because, I mean, let's face it, in most maps, most real real combats or engagements, they don't really happen up here in the mountain like this. Or if they do, then somebody really made a mistake. It's in the towns and the roads and areas between the towns. That's usually what's contested. Down in those valleys, maybe. Because generally, if we're talking one army or one insurgency, they're coming up here and they're hiding. They already have places set up. And other forces coming after them are going to be at such a severe disadvantage. Usually it won't happen. It certainly has happened in reality. You know, in some of the mountains like in Bora Bora and so on. But those were pretty much an exception. I mean, just playing Arma, I would hate to have to fight somebody who's up on these hills. So I don't know if you're making a map or making a scenario. I don't know how good this would be for us. Again, though, maybe lower down some of the smaller areas there would be, or this cave right here could be fun, which I guess we'll see in a minute. Can already guess there's going to be a cave that you go in here, and then maybe something that leads you up on the top ridge up there. Maybe there's something that brings you out. You can also tell this is set at an elevated, at pretty high off the sea level, because helicopter performance is pretty marginal, and you get that in some maps that are set high up. Alright, on the map it said this was a cave complex. I don't yet see where you would go in, but I'm guessing maybe right there. Yeah, that's not going to be fun to try and land. So, I won't. That's fine. I'll go back to the 3D editor and throw me somewhere else that looked interesting, and then maybe just get out and see what's going on. If this is the first time you're seeing the Eden 3D editor, yeah, it is really cool. As an example, I'll just delete my guy here. All deleted. Now let's go find something that looks cool. Alright, big mountain, valley. So we were there. Let's go see what's in here. I'm just going to find myself here. I'm not going to actually get in the helicopter and fly it. I'm just going to show you how easy it is now. So I'll just grab a helicopter here, throw in an 086M. There it is. And let me do it in the 3D mode. Okay. So let me delete it out of. Now we'll do it in the 3D mode. So this looks fun. This looks something. Here is a helicopter. Now ordinarily it comes with people in it. This is a fully functional unit. I wanted it to be an empty unit so I can just take over. I'm going to hold down my Alt key, drag it over, and of course that does, maybe it was the other Alt key. Yeah, see how it's a yellow icon? I don't know if you can see it right there on the little ground. Empty. Now here's the fun part. So now I'll just take a person. That's going to be me. Alright, we'll grab this guy. I'm going to drag him out. Before, I would have to drag him right there, and then that was that, and then I'd climb in. Here, I'm just going to drag him. Look at the little 4 arrows in the center. See how they change over to invert? Now, he's already in the helicopter. Just like that. In fact, I could take it a step further and go in here to his arsenal, and you can also do this for helicopters or vehicles as well, depending on if they support it or not, but almost every person does. You right click on the arsenal, and what that does is load everything that you have loaded up in mods. And then let's say I want to change out what equipment he has. There we go. Done. Now he has that rifle. So, anyway, really neat thing about it, and that doesn't maybe seem like much until you've tried to play around with a 2D editor and given up because it was pretty terrible. It was functional, it did what it needed to do, but man, you had to fight it. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna go load up and take a look at a little town here. I'm just gonna jump out of the helicopter. Alright. I actually kind of like one thing they got on this was the color. Just reading a lot of, and looking at pictures, it's actually funny if you look at that color. In World War II, the British, whenever they would paint up their Land Rovers to go out, they used what was essentially a pink camouflage. And yeah, not like super bright pink, but just a subdued. And that's kind of what I see here. It's pretty neat. Okay, so I'm guessing this is a typical Afghani village. Could maybe do some fun roleplay scenario here. Okay, there's that place. There's one not too far away. And destroyed village. Could definitely think you could do some convoy stuff in here or patrols. I don't know, nothing else really jumps out to mind just because of how spread apart everything is, and I mean those mountains in Arma, that is huge. Oh well. If you think of anything or you have some ideas, let me know. Or if there was another area on here. I downloaded it. It wasn't too bad. It was only about 2.5 gigs. 2.6 maybe. I downloaded another one, which I'm also going to show. That's more traditional Afghanistan, I think. It was 2.2 gigs, and that's something I'm going to load up next. But this one is probably 4 times that size. This is an immensely gigantic map. But download it from the Steam Workshop and let me know what you think.